everybody, welcome back to the Yes Phonics channel. I'm Cheyenne Adamson, your host, and this is where homeschoolers, teachers, and educators everywhere, they come for valuable teaching information and insights. So today's topic is going to be about how you can increase test scores guaranteed. So when 80% of high school students aren't literate enough in reading, writing, and spelling to go to their local community colleges, teachers, as you can imagine, have a problem. A recent study cited in the New York Post shows the immense struggle students are having. In addition to making kids smarter and increasing their test scores, teachers bear an enormous responsibility in a clearly broken educational system to prepare their pupils to be productive and successful in their own lives. And we're all very familiar with the whole language process that teaches us that A is for apple, C is for cat, B is for boy, etc., etc. But something is rotten at the core. I say this because A doesn't represent just apple. It represents three distinct and separate sounds, a, and ah. And as phonics teaches us, A is for apple, and apricot, and avocado. See what I did there? I just substituted in a couple of different words for our mnemonic, have a ball. So this showcases that A not only says three sounds, it definitely doesn't say A most of the time. It says ah most of the time, A the second most time, and ah for the third most time. And this is where our educational mythology breaks down, and test scores prove it. The whole language CSAY method is deeply entrenched in the American's public school. And unfortunately, teachers with the very best intentions, they're inadvertently hindering their students from the very start. When students learn every sound associated with each letter of the alphabet, and each combination of letters, from the very beginning, studies show higher comprehension, larger vocabularies, and better test scores. And this is the promise of phonics. You guys have heard me talk about it a lot. I'm going to keep talking about it. So how do teachers and school districts heal this broken system, if you will, and increase the test scores and improve reading, writing, and spelling comprehension for students all over America, much less the world? The answer, wait for it, it's phonics, in case you guys are wondering. So experts point to several studies that prove the efficacy of phonics over whole language. Phonics has been proven to teach students 30,000 words. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about that before. And for example, in the same amount of time that the whole language method teaches 900 words. So you could learn 900 words, or you could learn 30,000 words in the same amount of time it takes you to learn the whole language method versus the phonics approach. And this includes what I've talked about before, which are the 72 Orton phonograms, and they isolate every sound made in the English language. And learners from age, some estimate anywhere from 4 to 5, some say 6, throughout adulthood have been able to attain reading, spelling, and writing comprehension levels that they never thought possible. Seriously, you guys, you should look up some of the stories people have of their children going through the Spalding method when they don't have a great reading comprehension, and then one summer later, they're 3 or 4 grade levels above their current reading level. It's amazing. Now, when taking the leap from whole language into phonics, teachers and school administrators they're making a huge decision, and a great decision at that. I definitely encourage it. And with tremendous potential for positive change, decision makers should consider these factors. Now, the phonics program you purchase should cover reading, writing, and spelling, of course, right? And it should also deliver all the practical tools that you need for delivering lessons to students. So like a comprehensive lesson plan, maybe a sequence, etc. Now, look for materials such as teaching manuals, spelling notebooks, flashcards, cursive and manuscript writing tools, which should be integrated within the program, and interactive DVDs and maybe some apps here and there for your smartphone or for your tablets. Mainly, you want a proven curriculum that's been around for a while and that can live up to its promises. Now, personally, this is one of my favorites when we talk about looking for a phonics program. You want to look for a program that is reproducible. Because guess what? If you buy a program and it's not reproducible, you're going to be buying add-ons forever. But if you have a program that's reproducible, not only can you teach up to 100 students at a time, but if it's sturdy and built to last, it'll last forever. Large advertising budgets can't replace the authenticity of something wholesome, or maybe a company that's small, that's been around for a long time, with a great product. And look for product guarantees. Companies with proven, reliable products can afford to stand behind them with written guarantees. And you should also be able to purchase one program that addresses the needs of all the educational levels, particularly kindergarten through third grade, without having to upgrade curriculum as students progress from one level to the next. When teachers use the tired, boring, repetitive say whole language method, or even worse, invented spelling, terrible, which allows the student to write words according to how they think they should be spelled and then corrected later. They find actually that the students are disengaged and falling behind when they're allowed to do that. Now, with the potential to revolutionize education, phonics in general, but particularly, the Spalding method, not only helps increase test scores, it also helps embed knowledge and advance students' comprehension and critical thinking. The Spalding method can be implemented right as soon as it arrives on your desk or on your doorstep. You don't need the special teacher training or time out of the classroom to learn and build the materials. Now, this is a little bit of a disclaimer because I don't want to bury anything in fine print or bring it up or not bring it up at all, you guys, because I like to be fair and honest and transparent. Now, there has been some criticisms of the Spalding method not being particularly teacher-friendly. It's just that if you made it completely like step by step, one page to the next, you would have 2,000 pages worth of a book that, as far as printing costs, I think how they're thinking about it, printing costs and ease of access to the book is not very feasible. So some lesson plans will be on one page, and let's say lesson plan 1 will be on this page, and then at the bottom, lesson plan 14 will be on that page as well. You just have to follow a sequence that the Spalding method gives you, and you're golden. Even as educators are, let's just say, beleaguered with large classes and budget cuts, and many students fall further and further behind, there is still hope. And that's it for today's video, you guys. I will link some studies below that you guys can go check out to see the efficacy of phonics. Review the information for yourself. But I really do think the proof is in the pudding. There are millions and millions, like I've said before, anywhere from 30 to 40 million illiterate adults right now. All the statistics I've cited before, how criminal youth are 3/4 of them are illiterate that associate with the criminal justice system. Not being able to read, sustained frustration from not being able to read is a prime culprit for a dysfunctional learning environment and a dysfunctional life. So with that being said, I'll link those studies below. You guys can go check out that information. And if you have some questions or concerns, or you don't agree with me, leave your comment in the section below. I'd be happy to start a dialogue, talk with you guys as always. But on a side note, give us a like or dislike, depending on how you like the content. And until next time, my fellow educators, I hope you're well, I hope you stay classy, and I'll talk to you soon. Massage my face muscles. Feels good.
Need help?